Hello, everyone. So today I have my first life and death mixed build for you. Originally, my plan was to only use a couple of packs with this build, but my plan was also to do a very small build. So this is not a very small build. So it is multiple packs. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. But still a fun watch. I had originally planned on doing like some sort of gypsy home caravan something. When I started kind of looking for inspiration, I came across what is referred to as a gypsy mansion, and that intrigued me. For those who don't know, the world of Ravenwood is based on Romania, and apparently gypsy mansions are homes in Romania that are just large homes that kind of mix the Romanian architecture and Middle Eastern to Asian architecture features. So I did base this build on this home right here, and I just liked how it looked. I liked the idea of it. Of course, it is a little different because, one, you can't do everything that this house has in The Sims, but also I couldn't do, a few things with it as well. I just liked the front exterior. I thought it was very cool, very different. And I thought it would work well in this world. So you can see here, I have started this house facing this direction, originally thinking that I would either do a side yard or possibly just something like a little park or something over there. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, because this is the lot that you load into when you're going to the festivals. So I thought it might be cool to have a little park there. However, eventually I rotate this, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, and I put a backyard in. I'll be honest, I probably won't keep this house on this lot if I put it into my own save file. I am planning on putting it into the Occult Legacy file. I haven't done it yet. But I don't know if I'm probably going to put that here, but maybe not. I'm not sure for that save, but I may move it somewhere else and put a community lot of some sort here. I'm not sure what yet. I've seen a few people do restaurants. I've seen a couple of bars. I thought about it might be cool to have like a community center here. I don't know. If you have any thoughts on that, leave a comment and let me know. I would be very interested in hearing some ideas you may have. So anyway, back to this build. I do play around with it a little bit. The outside does stay very similar to this. I did have to expand the build a couple of times. This is the first time, or what I consider the first time. And then I have to expand it again later. Not by much, but a little bit. I wanted a double staircase and couldn't fit it in the center of the building. So I also want to point out, once this build is completed, just in case I forget, is that I had no intention of doing anything with this upstairs area. There are no stairs going up to it. You can't get to it, but it's there if you would like to add on to this house. You can definitely put something up there. It might be fun to have a ladder and some storage space up there. You could put the seasons box or whatever. but I did not decorate that up. I did put some wallpaper and stuff up there because sometimes your Sims seem to know that it's not finished and they don't like it. It's annoying. But I do try to do that. I think I put flooring in it. I have not uploaded this to the gallery as of recording, so I will try to go back and add flooring and check and see if I added flooring to it before I upload it. If there's no flooring, I forgot. I'm going to be honest. It is 5 p.m. I just got off work. I actually recorded this video on my lunch hour, and then my computer went, "Hey, you don't have enough room," and stopped recording without telling me. So I did an entire 40-minute video, and it just stopped recording and deleted everything. So to say that I've had a long afternoon is an understatement, because I had to clean out my computer in between doing my work stuff. My job does have a program that it takes a couple minutes to load, so I was able to delete as I was waiting for that to load when I didn't have something else to work on for work. So not taking time off work to fix that and, any of that. But just, if I didn't have emails to check or something like that, I quickly just hit delete on my computer. So anyway, this is what I meant by here I'm playing with the stairs, and I realized that I wasn't going to be able to keep the foyer area that size. I had to change it. So did that and just kind of updated it. I like it a lot better here. Again, I was thinking originally of having the something next to this home so that when you landed here you could have something to do. I thought maybe a park with like a bathroom or something. But yeah, I figured that that won't work, and then I had the idea to do something else. So I do absolutely love the front of this house. I think it just looks very like regal or something. I'm not sure how to describe it, but I definitely love it. The good news is, besides a little bit of floor plan playing, I don't change a whole lot with this. Once I kind of get it set up, I kind of had an idea of where I wanted what rooms. I just wasn't sure what a couple of those rooms would actually end up being, because again, this is supposed to be a mansion. And I was like, well, what are we going to have? We got to have at least the kitchen, dining room, a living room, like an office on the main floor. And then, of course, bedrooms upstairs. But I'm like, how many bedrooms do I want? Do I want them to be all bedrooms, etc.? So as I get through this, I finally kind of make my mind up as to most of what I'm putting where, with a few exceptions. So here I decided to put the kitchen. And originally I had the thought of I could remove those windows and put a door out to the side. But I really ended up not liking that. So the windows stay. However, I do absolutely love this green counter. It will be used a lot in my builds. I love the swatches on these. I do want to state that I have found out that this game may have come with curtains, and they may not be debug. I'm not sure. I haven't tested that yet because I literally just found that out this morning. But I'm not sure either if it's in the wall section or if it's debug wall section, or wall decor section. So I'll have to go check that out maybe later today or tomorrow and see if that is actually what is going on there. So we may have gotten curtains with this and I was wrong. But that being said, if they're curtains, they should be in the curtain section. No, I get why they're in the wall section, and I like it there better because you can move them easier than regular curtains, because you will see me playing with curtains in this build a lot. Yeah. So I didn't finish the kitchen completely. I moved to the dining room just because I'm going to be very honest and blunt with you guys. Mentally, I am just not, I don't want to say not doing well, but I have my moments. There's been a lot going on personally with me, and of course, we've had some things here happen in the US that could affect my future. So we'll see what happens there. But it's affected my creativity a little bit. So in a few of these builds, you'll kind of see me go back and forth a little more than usual. I mean, this isn't out of the ordinary. I do kind of skip around a little bit. But this time I really was struggling the last couple of builds I've worked on to be inspired. And I'm saying that now because this is about the time right here in this build that I started getting inspired for a little bit. And it all has to do with this corner. And I absolutely love this corner. All it is the shelf from For Rent, a garbage can, and a plant. But I just love the way it looks. And I don't know why. But so this is one of my favorite corners. I do have a favorite room in the house, and I will tell you that one when we get to it. But here, I don't know, maybe it was just the cluttering of it, or just more of I hadn't been inspired in a while, and that was something a little different that I got to do. But that then led to me being able to do a little more with the kitchen. So I was able to kind of decorate this up a little more, add some more things. I am telling you, for my builds, anything that's multi-pack is going to have the Home Chef Hustle items in it. And then it looks like a lot of For Rent stuff. So just a heads up. Most of it's, the appliances, the clutter. I do recommend, though, if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of packs or you don't have all the packs, download builds without that have other items in it that you don't own anyway before making the decision. Because if it's something like I've had a couple builds, and I may have done it in this one, where I literally used one little decor item from a pack, and that was it. Now, I believe you can look up to see what the items are, but I haven't played around with that. Leave a comment if you know if you can look them up in the gallery to see what items are there or are in the build. I just kind of know you can look up, you can see the packs that are used. I've never really looked into it because I do tend to have more of the packs at this point. So that being said, always kind of download and look. I do that. I don't own every pack. I don't have Journey to Batu, for instance. So they'll have something in there. I download it anyway to take a look. Most of the build stuff, though, I do have because of the YouTube channel. So So here, I do want to explain why we jumped to all of a sudden a table being there. I don't know if I accidentally deleted the video of me putting the table and things in there, or if I hit pause and forgot to unpause. I can't remember. But I did go through and I moved some files around sometime last week because I knew I was getting low on storage. And I might have accidentally deleted that. So I've done it to a couple of things. I'm very sad. I'm hoping I didn't delete it. I haven't looked, but I did a big townhouse build for university or Discover University. And I don't know where the videos went for it. So I'm hoping I threw them on my external drive and just didn't put them in the correct folder. I haven't had a chance to look for those. I just figured that out today. So I'm hoping not. But the build, I think I already put the build on the gallery. But I'm hoping I can find the video for you because I really had fun doing that one. So here, I'll get back to this build. This room I did kind of more, I don't know, neutral-ish. I do use like this blue, brighter blue color to bring some life to it. But what I pictured was we have our seance room next door. I kind of pictured this as maybe the waiting room where, the clients would go to sit and wait for their reading. And by the way, in the seance room, there is a tarot deck. Again, this is a Gyspy Mansion, so I kind of designed it for a gypsy, type family. Maybe they do the tarot cards and the seances and, that type of thing. I think, though, that the color scheme in this living room is one of my favorites. I love brown and blue or teal colors together. So I'm hoping you guys like this as much as I do. And no, this is not my favorite room. But it is a good one. So I will say, though, I did struggle a bit trying to get it decorated. Mostly because, again, I'm still at the point where I'm trying to limit the packs I'm using. And I'm going to warn you right now, that goes out the window once I get upstairs. Because the bedrooms are very Americanized. They're not as eclectic. But I gave up at that point. Part of that was inspiration. And I'll be honest, I'm hoping I get out of this vibe here soon. But as I said, it's personal and other things. So, but I'm hoping. I'm trying here. But anyway, I tried so hard to put a bookshelf in this room that you can see me just, I'm trying, and then I'm like, no, it's just not going to work. I don't know if the Sims are going to go through there. And though I do play test all of my builds before I upload them, it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that won't work. Something will happen. So, all right, so moving from our more neutral room to this room, this is going to be the family room. So this is where the family actually gathers. So I put another fireplace in here. I did this one purple this time. And what I did was a blue and purple theme. This room is very eclectic. It's got a whole mix of fun stuff. And again, kind of going on those gypsy vibes. I think I pulled that off pretty well by the time this room's done. It's a very cozy looking room and just fun. I'm hoping you guys like it. If you would like, this might be one I'd be willing to go ahead and upload to the gallery as a room. Let me know. But it's just kind of that much fun. Just all these different things. But I do absolutely love that a lot of the stuff from paranormal and life and death work well together. I'm noticing color-wise, there's a lot of colors that are very similar in different packs, or the latest few packs. And you'll see that in another room that I do. It's really nice because it's nice to kind of mix and match this stuff up a little bit. Now, I'm not saying they should do that with everything, but, having more options is really nice. Okay, so I also use this wallpaper from Paranormal, I believe it's from Paranormal. I love this. I never use it. I really need to do, like, a paranormal pack build or something. Because I don't use the pack as much as I would like to, but the life and death and having the tarot cards and everything, it just ties in so well that it's definitely bringing back those vibes for me. Okay, so this room here is like an office / creative space. I have a desk, I have the gemology table. I thought that just made sense to have in here. with what I'm doing with it, so, they can have their jewelry and make their jewelry. I didn't do a whole lot in this room. It's kind of a very basic, room, but I like it. I think it comes together very nicely with this wallpaper. I love this wallpaper in all the colors. We needed more colors for it. That's my only complaint about that wallpaper, and only because I like it so much. It's nice because you don't have to put a whole bunch of artwork or, art stuff on the walls. And sometimes you just don't want all that, but then things look bare if you don't have it. But having that extra, decor is nice. All right, so upstairs, and this is, as I said, where I get a little more, I don't know, vanilla, I should say. It's not too bad. I struggled a little bit because I'm like, the rooms are small, but they weren't quite as small as I thought they were. So I was able to do a little more with this than, I originally thought, as you can see as I delete things. So what I decided was I needed to pick a bed, pick another bed, figure out what I wanted where. I stopped myself after that. I said, let's not jump around too much. But here I'm like, okay, pick a bed and then pick an accent color. And I'm like, okay, sitting here thinking while I'm playing with the dresser, playing with the desk, getting that stuff put in. And eventually I decide orange is going to be my accent color. So it's going to be white and orange room. And I do like this room. It's a basic room. The bedrooms are kind of basically done. Again, just, I don't know. I don't know if I just wasn't feeling it or what. Or if it's just I couldn't. This one I couldn't find a lot of orange things, which is weird because in the Occult Legacy, orange is everywhere. But I'm designing this for a boy. And I think that's part of the problem, is for some reason I just kept going, no, I don't think a boy would have that in their room. I know I need to keep a more open mind. It's hard when you're older to get rid of some of those thoughts sometimes, but I'm working on it. Okay. So yeah, I think that was part of it. I just, like I said, with this mental block, I've been just not myself lately. So, but I think I did okay. I think I really conveyed. It's supposed to be not a teenage boy's room, but like a young boy's room, maybe preteen room. And this one is going to be a younger boy who is very into space, very analytical, very kind of, I hate to say it this way, but nerdy. So he has books, he has, a bunch of stuff, and it's all very well organized. So that was kind of how I was going with that. He's a book nerd, and I'm here for it. I love it. I myself am a book nerd. I love to read. I haven't done a lot in a while, but that was because my living situation before, I kind of read a lot. I didn't watch TV much at all, so I'm doing a lot of catch up and, but I'm getting to that point where I'm like, well, I think it might be time to pick up a book again. So yeah, maybe we'll do book chat at some point on this channel during these speed builds, and you guys can comment with what you're reading. I'll think about it. All right, so this last room is going to be the girls' room. I pictured her as a teenager. She's a little eclectic, creative. She loves art. So, we've got her art easel in here and a few little art things. I didn't go crazy with the art kit because I didn't want, again, to have another kit that you might not have. But, I do have the easel. I have the base game little artist table that you get in the artist career. I put that in here eventually. And yeah, I think it's cute. Yeah, I did say I didn't put a lot of the art stuff in. I did. I lied. Sorry, forgot. I did put a little bit of that in. So, if you don't care if that's in here, that's, I believe, the only place I have that. So, but I do have the little base game artist table too. And I gave her a nice little computer. I realized here I forgot to put backpacks in because I don't use them that much and I need to. They're a great little thing. So here I decided they put, some of the student stuff, the kids stuff out here because the rooms are smaller and they don't have like a dedicated kids playroom. I thought it might also be fun if you had overbearing parent that has to watch you do all your, activities. Just saying. And here I decided to put a gym. I was going to make it a bedroom, like maybe a guest room or something, but I'm like, no, let's put in a gym. It's not extravagant. It's a very small home gym, but it works. I like it. And I think that it's a good use of the space. So here you can see is where I decided to move the house and then play with the gym some more. But yeah, I forgot to put the chandelier in. That's what that was about. If you remove the stairs or if you have an open floor and you want the chandelier up, put the floor back in. All right. So if you haven't guessed yet, this is my favorite room in the house. It's the master, and I just absolutely love how this turned out. Again, we're going with the fact that quite a few of our more recent packs have similar colors working in them. So this one, I used the wallpaper from Love Struck, and then the bed is from the Life and Death pack. And I believe, I'm trying to remember what curtains I actually end up with. I end up with curtains from another pack that turned out really nice, and I absolutely liked it. I think it was Paranormal. I threw those in, and it all just works really well together. So that's nice. I mean, I know Paranormal's an older pack, but it's just nice that you can kind of mix and match some of this up a little bit, and it works really well. Again, favorite room in the house, and I didn't expect that. I really thought the kitchen was going to end up my favorite room, and it's my second favorite room. So, and it's just because of how the colors work. The other pack I used in here, and again, this is the only space that I used it in, is the newer nursery pack. That rug is from that. And again, matches all of this really well. That's why I said a lot of these packs, if you're looking for some packs to buy, then you're a builder, these 3 packs might actually be really good because they have a lot of similar color schemes and it opens up a lot more for you. All right, so kind of finishing this up a little bit, and we're on to the master bath. As usual, this is the only bathroom I show you, and I finish up the other bathrooms later after I finish recording, I promise. There's bathrooms. But this one's kind of a basic master. It's not very big. Still a nice bathroom. I like it. I like how it's set up. I love the new bathroom fixtures. I wish they'd given us a toilet just because, but we have lots of toilets in the base game, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, now kind of moving outside a little bit. Yeah. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do the patios. I was thinking originally of maybe putting a few things out here, some plants, but I decided, except for really that one I just did, to keep it as basic as possible. Now the front does have more. They have a little more decor. But I did not make up my mind as to what I wanted on these patios. So yeah, that was fun. I do want to state too, I end up playing around quite a bit with the backyard space. So I extended this patio, the back patio out. And then my thought was, I can do something cool back here. I did want to fence in the whole lot, so I did that. And then it was just kind of figuring out how I wanted the front to look versus the back. And I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking at this point, don't think I like how close that fence is to the front of the house. But I'm like, I'll go with it. I don't think I want to move it. And here, I'm still playing, still fixing things, as you can see. But eventually I start playing in the backyard. And I get some things back here, and I don't know. I just don't like it. I also really wanted to use the Oasis Courtyard kit. And I thought about putting a nice fountain back here or something. I, though, decided to put the fountain in the front, as you could see from the thumbnail. So I moved the house back eventually, and I like it better. It's a very small backyard space when I move it back, but the front looks so awesome. I love it. And you'll get a better view of it later, not too much later. I figure this all out pretty quick. Mostly it's like I put in this tree, I put in these garden beds, and I'm still not sure about all this. So the other thing I like with this pack is we have these pillars. I really wish that they would give us more of these debug pillars to put in. I just did a build. It'll be posted in a couple of weeks, and it's using the seasons fencing, and that just goes on and on and on forever. And I'm like, I need post. I need it to post, and it just doesn't. After like doing this, and I'm like, fences are now ruined for me. All right, so you can see where I said I tried the fountain in the back. I didn't like it, so I put it in the front. Love this so much. It just creates that regal mansion look that I was really going for. And it's just very cool. So I put a couple of trees in too, and lifted up the foundation here. I had always intended on doing that. And just kind of, stairs out here. I put a little garden space in the back. I kind of picture them maybe being people who do like herb gardens, that type of thing. But here I was debating about leaving the trees just kind of bare like that. But then I saw these pots, and I really liked those. And I just thought it worked. Then added in a little more plants. I didn't do a lot, just because I didn't think it fit the vibe of the house. The original house had no yard. It was, that I could see anyway. So it didn't have any inspiration there, but I think this works out pretty well. I've got this nice little seating area up here. I did debate about putting some more life and death stuff in there, but I eventually kind of figure plants are the way to go. And I kept wanting to put tropical plants in here, and I'm like, this world is set in fall. Why am I trying to put tropical plants in here? I don't know where my mind was. I really don't. Inside is fine. But yeah. All right. So we are coming up on the end of the build. I'm just adding in a few more things as I was looking around. I didn't want to put a lot in this space, but I think I found a good use for, or a good thing to put in there to put something there. That way you could add some things in this hallway if you wanted more activities or whatever. So, all right. So this is the final build, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Even with the lack of creativity, it's just a fun build. And all right, so I'm gonna let you guys take a look at all the photos, and I will be right back. Alright, so as I said, the rooms were kind of left a little basic, or the bedrooms upstairs. The artist room, I want to point out, I did purposely leave the walls kind of blank so that you could put up paintings. So there's that. Alright, so I do hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you watched it to the end, please comment Gypsy down below. I'm just curious to see how many people made it this far in a 35-40 minute video. Right. Anyway, make sure to tune in for our Cult Legacy Challenge on Friday. We're still trying to get abducted by aliens and get pregnant. Does it happen? That's the question. All right. So anyway, I do hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye now.